What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? You're tuned into the Dynasty Proud Podcast, coming to you live for this post game after the Boston Celtics lose to the Detroit Pistons 112 to 105. Detroit is a good team, everyone. Let's not get it twisted. They're a good team. But the Celtics had so many ways that they could have won this game. And unfortunately, they couldn't put it together and end up losing this game. And, pretty close battle for the most part. Both teams had double digit leads in this game. Nothing crazy, about 10 points here and there for both teams. But the Celtics were just unable to really just, you know, not make any mistakes. They just at the end of that game, yeah, not good. Turning it over. I believe there were six turnovers in that fourth quarter, and just they didn't really do anything to help themselves win this game today. It was pretty unfortunate. Didn't catch the first half of the game, but if you saw anything good on there, Adrian, let us know what you saw in that first half compared to the second half, because the second half wasn't that great.
Yeah, just the first half was a battle. I mean, it was back and forth. Actually, Celtics had a lead. They were competitive. They were rebounding, aggressive. Jalen. Um, just more on the second half, though. I think what cost them is free throws. You got to make those free throws. They shot a
Hmm.
poor percentage of free throws. Jalen missed two big free throws at the end. Peyton Pritchard air ball. D White had an air ball. It was just hero ball at the end. There was no movement, no swinging of the passes, nothing. They weren't looking for easy shots. They were just trying to play hero ball and get the big shot in.
I hear you. I will give credit to Detroit's defense, though. I mean, they were not making it easy for the Celtics to get into anything there at the end of that. Probably, I would say, in that last 4 minutes of the game, which contributed to everybody taking the hero shot at the end. Yeah, I mean, but like you said, they have to make the shots, especially with Pritchard at the end of the game right there, wide open 3-point shot, had all the time in the world to make that, and just missed it really, really bad. I mean, the shot fell so short; it was pretty comical. A lot of the shots at the end of the game were pretty comical, actually. But yeah, and a one that you needed to have right there to get it close again. Yeah, really bad. And like you said, Jalen's I believe 7 or 8 missed free throws today does
Yeah.
not help the team at all. But this is what we get with aggressive Jalen, and this is how he's always been his entire career with his free throws. I mean, it's rearing its head again in these close games. I feel like Detroit knows that. They're like, go ahead, let him drive to the paint. We'll foul him. We'll put him on the line. We're not going to let him get anything easy. And when you get to the line and they're giving you the free throws, you got to make them. Number one option, for the team right now. There's no excuse to not make free throws. But
Yeah.
like we said, this has been Jalen his whole career. It's nothing new now. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Frustrating loss right there. And the Celtics, they were up 10 in that second quarter, and I was in the car listening to Grande on the call, and after they
Mhm.
went up 10, Detroit made, I believe it was like a 16-2 run after that,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was just back and forth between these two teams. They were playing really hard. I mean, it was super competitive, but you could just tell the Celtics played really small this game. For most of the game, when Cato was on the bench, they didn't go to really anybody like Garza or even Tillman, um, which no Boucher either. So right now, this is the. I mean, I had a feeling Boucher wasn't going to see the floor, pretty
Yeah.
much a lot of the rest of the season. But Joe was really relying on that small ball lineup, and Detroit, they just have so much size. I mean, it is what it is. We've talked about it in past pods too. Their size compared to us is just it's comical. We're really small compared to them,
Yeah.
and the Celtics felt it. I mean, they were being aggressive. They were on defense, just bodying up, and they told the Celtics, "Hey, you got to get past us. We're going to body you up over on the perimeter. We're going to, trap on the screens and everything like that, and yeah, it was just tough for the Celtics to get really anything going in that fourth quarter, and the turnovers are contributed by that Detroit defense. So props to Detroit for this one, pulling it out and getting the stops when they needed to. Boston just had a really really hard time with the size.
Yeah, I think a big play was that little scuffle between Stewart and Jalen. I think that sort of shifted the momentum. It took the energy because the Celtics were playing pretty well at that point, and it seemed like it sort of threw Jalen off just a little bit. He missed a free throw here and there also during that whole sequence.
Uh huh.
But Detroit was the more physical team. They were the more active team. Their ball movement, I like their ball movement though. They were sharing up ball. They were looking for the open guy. They were moving. They were cutting. But they were the better team tonight.
Yeah, they definitely were the better team. Yeah, going back to that, the momentum shift, like you said, I really think right when Keita made that dunk, had the free lane to the dunk and made that huge slam, crowd's going crazy and everything like that. Detroit takes a timeout.
Yeah,
After Detroit comes out that timeout, they settled down, and it was all Detroit basketball after that. I mean, the momentum changed at that timeout because the Detroit coach, I can't remember his name, he was feeling the momentum swing right there. Boston goes up by 6, I believe, at that point, and he
yeah,
takes that timeout and had to settle his team down and be like, "Hey, listen, we got to get it going again." And pretty much from that point forward, after Kata, yeah, like after that timeout, I mean, it was pretty much all Detroit basketball the rest of that game.
yeah.
Huge timeout right there from Detroit to notice, hey, Boston's feeling themselves a little bit right now. Let's take this timeout, cool them off, and it totally took them out the game because, like you said, you got Beef Stew, who now was, on the rebound for a foul shot, really, really like being physical with Jalen Brown. Both of them get, technical fouls right there in that moment. And this is now the second game in a row where a player has gotten in Jalen Brown's face, taunted him, and it's kind of taken the team out of their rhythm. I don't know if that's a cause of concern right now because it's it's I don't know. I haven't seen Jalen kind of get this kind of smoke from opposing players before. Jalen has always kind of been the guy to, you know, he's been more on the the quieter side of things, not really trying to get into much drama in the NBA and stuff like that. But increasingly, we've seen players come at him now, and I don't know if it's because of his Twitch stream where he's been getting on there. He's kind of been saying some wild stuff. I don't know if you've tuned in,
Yeah, I've
but
subscribed a couple. Yep.
I've caught a couple streams now, and the talking, the commentary that's coming out of these Jalen Brown streams. I think the players are listening. I really think that opposing teams are starting to hear like, oh, this guy's talking now. He's and the thing about
Yeah.
Jalen is he's never been like this, right? We've never seen Jalen be like a media personality or anything like that, or dip into this kind of realm of social media or nothing like that before. And the guys in the NBA right now are observing and they're taking notes. They're listening to what Jalen is saying by players. They're about players, and I think they're kind of feeling a way about it because he Jalen, he's been quiet on the court most of his career. And now the fact that he's on this podcast, on his Twitch stream, and he's saying these things after the fact, off the court. I don't know if he's rubbing, starting to irk some players in the league. And we had Kyle Kuzma when he was taking free throws, and he told Jalen Brown, "This ain't no stream." Bobby
Yeah.
Portis gets in his face, just yells in his face, and now we have Beef Stew going at him, really playing physical with him, and Jalen's out there on the court making little gestures and stuff like that. You don't ever really see this from Jalen, ever. So to see this happening right now in a season without Tatum and him trying to be the number one, it-
Yeah.
hopefully this is not something that gets into his head and affects his game. But this is now the second time that a player has gone at him back to back games. And from that moment, the momentum has shifted. it almost seems like Jalen's focus during that whole scuffle, especially during when the referees were talking, discussing amongst themselves, Jalen was still going at it. He was still kind of towing the line, pushing the boundary a little bit. And it's almost like, hey man, like you were heading back to the bench, then you left to go mess with them again. It's almost like, hey, you know, I'm I don't know. I don't know what go. I'm not. I've never. I can't. Say what's going on in Jalen's head right there. Maybe his thing is if I go back and I respond, maybe my teammates will, respect the fact that I'm not backing down. But then there's the opposite end of it where a teammate is saying maybe there's another teammate that's thinking, hey, just come back over here. Let's get back into our rhythm and figure out what we're doing. Screw the noise that's going on over there. Come back. Let's get regrouped. But that didn't happen. And from that moment on, the Celtics were just playing out, like I wouldn't say out of control, but out of their rhythm. And you could tell the pressure was starting to creep up on them. And there was a specific shot where I feel like after that, it was pretty much done as far as the momentum that the Celtics had built up, and it was pretty much all gone now. And it was the Josh Minot shot off of a rebound. It was passed to him in the corner, and I mean it was probably the worst shot I think I've seen Josh Minot take in his Celtics career so far. I mean, it was rushed. It was almost like kind of like tilted. He was like kind of like leaning to the side because the defender was closing in on him. And from that moment on, Detroit gets the rebound. They go down, they score, and then now Hugo's in the game. He gets burned on defense on the inbound. He gets burned on defense, brings the ball up the court, and then he gets it stolen from him. That was it. It was those three sequences right there. The Minot shot that was just absolutely like didn't need to be taken. It was early. It was still maybe like 14 to 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Forces it for no reason. Um, yeah, just bad basketball, just bad situational awareness in that time. Instead of Minot taking that shot, hey, let's swing it out. Let's try to reset, get something else. But yeah, from that moment on, that was it. The Celtics were out of their game at that point. Detroit was rolling, and then Minot took a really bad foul too. I mean, he was getting burned. This was a bad game from Minot. Bad
Yeah.
from Jordan Walsh as well, who
Close.
was was sat on the bench for Simons at the end of this game for I don't know why. I believe he was only at 4 fouls. Let me check real quick how many
Yeah,
fouls he was.
that was probably just for offense. Joe probably left Simons in there just for offense. They were probably
Yeah,
small.
yeah, I get it, but at that time, like when you need to get stops, you know,
Yeah,
Derek White is on fire in that fourth quarter. You need stops, and Simons he's just too small, man. We've talked about it all season. The guy is just he's tiny, and really had a hard time. He made a couple really contested shots, but those are the only shots he was getting. Um, Unfortunately, he was driving and, like I said, made a couple of tough shots over some defenders. But other than that, no 3-point shooting. The 3-point shooting was really bad from everyone today, besides I think Derek White, who kind of went on
yeah,
fire there at the end. But even still, he was 5 for 12, so not bad. But he's taking 12 shots right there. Yeah, man. The rebounding, the 3-point shooting, the defense, just bad. All of it. There's no
free throw.
sugarcoating it. Free throws, bad. It's just a bad game all around. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It was yeah, tough. Really, really tough watch in that second half. I was hoping for it. I was hoping for the comeback. It felt like they were getting momentum. Every
Yeah,
every shot that D White took, it felt like momentum was building again, and then they would just do something to shoot themselves in the foot again.
yeah,
Missed, bad missed 3-point shots, turnovers. Man, just wish they could have closed it out. But that ball. That's it. That's ball. Make some, miss some. That's what happened to the Celtics today.
Javante Green came up huge tonight. He had a couple steals, that breakaway dunk over D White.
Would
For the
love
little
a
minute
guy.
that he played, he was huge for them. He was just backbreaker for the Celtics in that fourth quarter.
Would love to have a guy like that on our team, right? Like it's man, pretty brutal that we didn't get him, that we weren't able to retain him, unfortunately. I think Adrian might be stuck right now. Let me see. Let me see if he's gonna make his way back here. But yeah, just really really bad game right here from the Celtics today. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up this box score right here while we wait for Adrian to come back, and let's take a look at these numbers. Let me see. Nah, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, so let's look at these numbers right here. Let me see. Do I got my boy Adrian back? All right, he's here. He's here. All right, Adrian, what's up, man?
Yeah, just
Little
the
tech.
laptop
Look.
wanted to do a restart.
Oh,
All of a sudden,
dang.
yeah,
It's all good. Little technical difficulties. It happens. So I got this box score up right now. Can you see it on your end right now?
I could I could see it
All
barely
right.
just because it's on my phone.
Oh, okay. No worries, no worries. I'm just gonna go down it, and I'll read off the stats right here. Um, Let me make sure it's coming in on the stream. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. All right, yeah. So Nemias Keita today, 34 minutes, 6 points, 3 of 5 shooting, 7 rebounds, assists, couple steals, a block. I believe he was the one of 3 players in the plus on this game, +5. Derek White, 10 of 18 from the field today. Not a bad shooting night for Derek White overall. And he made his free throws today, 6 of 7 at the line, 6 rebounds. But those turnovers, man, 4 turnovers today killed us, especially down at the end of the game right there. He had 2 bad turnovers at the end of the game. One where he went up for the shot and the defense was just draped all over him, that he had to release the ball midair, couldn't touch it, and that was a turnover. That one was uncharacteristically bad from D White. Hate to see that. The Detroit defense is for real. I mean, it was bothering the Celtics. It absolutely bothered the Celtics tonight. Um, Jalen, so 31 points. I mean, yeah, great game from D White, but no one else did anything. Yeah, no one else really did anything off the bench. You had 14 points off the bench today, which today's NBA, that's nothing. That's
yeah,
not going to help a team win a game. Jalen Brown, 40 minutes today, so heavy minutes usage today, considering that they're about to have a 3-game break. So it makes sense on why he played so much. But also, no one else was giving us anything, so he had to be out there really. 34 points, 13 of 25 shooting, 1 for 5 from three. He Jalen has not been having a good 3-point shooting year, and feels like other players have had to take more attempts this year, especially Derek White. I mean, he's probably averaging like 10 3-point shots a game, is what it feels like. And yeah, Jalen Brown, 7 for 14 today from the free throw line. I mean, that's just absolutely brutal for one of your star wings. And I mean, at this point of his career, I don't see it really getting better. Um, he had a great free throw shooting year, the year we won the championship. And pretty much since then, it feels like he's kind of like regressed back to his means. So Uh, it is what it is with Jalen, but unexcusable. He'll tell you that too. You got to make your free throws in a 7-point game. You miss 7 free throws. I mean, the game could be in overtime. with made free throws from him. So really, so not good today. 8 rebounds. He had more. He had the most rebounds today, and overall as a team, the Celtics only had 37 rebounds. I mean, that's just not gonna win you anything. Especially when Detroit had 31, and how many of them were offensive? 12, it looks like. 12 offensive rebounds to the Celtics 7. So yeah, Celtics gave up so many second chance points today again, which has been a problem for the team at times this season. But yeah, let's go on to the next. Peyton Pritchard, 35 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 14 shooting, 2 of 8 from 3. He has probably been the most hot cold guy on the team this year. Um, some games where he's hitting 40, and then other games like this where it's 12 on 5 of 14 shooting, 2 of 8. I mean, none of the shots look close today. None of the 3-point shots looked close, and really, really bad misses. So I don't know, man. These minutes have to be affecting Peyton Pritchard at this point. I mean, the starting minutes have to be taking their toll on him. The shots, for the most part this year, have been bad. Same with Derek White. Who's Derek White's been coming back, into form as of late, but it feels like he's the only one really. He has the starting experience, so he knows how to come back from these slumps and stuff. Peyton, it feels like he's searching every time. When he goes into a slump, he'll have that 1 or 2 good games, but then he's right back to struggling. And yeah, just not really good minutes from him today. 35 points, only giving us 35 minutes, only giving us 12 points. And struggle. Jordan Walsh started today, 18 minutes, 8 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw, 6 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 2 steals. But he was affected by his fouls today. 4, he had 3 early in that first half. But after he picked up the fourth, nothing from Joe Mazzulla to reinsert him into the game. I don't know what was going on with that. Like I said, when we needed defense, and Mazzulla chose offense over that, I didn't like that move. Because it's not like Detroit at the end of that game was, you know, playing was shooting at like a high clip right at the end. I mean, Celtics were getting stops, but once Detroit realized like they were gonna attack Anthony Simons, that it was pretty much it for that. And yeah, I just don't know why Jordan Walsh start as a starter did not get afforded the opportunity to come back into the game until I think it was late. I don't even know if he came back into the game. I can't remember.
I don't. Maybe at last minute or so. I don't even think he came back. To be honest with you,
I don't get that. Yeah, I don't get that move. I mean, yeah, because Anthony Simons had 9 points. Jordan Walsh was at 8. It's not like choosing the offense over the defense really affected. Um, I mean, it didn't affect it didn't help out our offense at all. I mean, Simons was 3 of 9 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3. He made 3 free throws. I mean, it's not like he was out here scoring 20, 15, 20 points. Jordan Walsh had 8 points in 18 minutes. Anthony Simons is out there 25 with 9 and not shooting well. So why couldn't we find Jordan Walsh? Why couldn't we get Jordan Walsh into some of those positions? If you're going to call a play for Anthony Simons, Jordan Walsh has been shooting at like a decent clip since he's been inserted as a starter. There was a time where he hit what 18 shots in a row, going into two games over the course of 2 games. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think I
yeah.
don't know if we if choosing Simons to get you some offense at the end of the game was the right move. I think Jordan Walsh had to come back into the game at the end. And I mean, if you're thinking the team is gonna come back and you go into overtime and now you have minutes for Walsh, that doesn't I don't get that. I think it was a big misstep by Joe Mazzulla, not putting Walsh back in that game.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you with that. Joe should have went defense, make the stops. The only guy on Detroit that was actually doing something in that fourth was Cade Cunningham. He was the only guy that was actually carrying the team. And that's when you insert Jordan Walsh and just try to shut him down a little bit and try to come back in the game that way. Questionable substitution patterns. I mean, Jordan Walsh foul trouble. I get it. Hugo had some foul trouble. I get it. But in that crunch time, you got to insert one of those guys. Just like you said, just for the defense and try to get some stops and get back in the game that way on the defensive end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that was just like one of the more head scratching things of this game. Because you had to find something. The shots weren't falling from the 3-point line today. So at the end, I mean, you could risk it. I mean, Joe has had Walsh in these games at the end of the games, and Jordan Walsh has fouled out. I believe a couple times already this season. I mean that is what it is at this point. He gets you know the referees don't really give him the benefit of the doubt, even though he's a great defender. I don't understand why he doesn't, get that benefit like other players do with playing hard defense, and they're quick to give him a foul, but risk it. I mean, the team is about to go on a 3-day break here, and what is the point of keeping him on the bench? He's going to have 3 days to recover, 4 fouls in the game, the game on the line. You get within three at one point, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is what it is. Yeah, we go on to the next game, and maybe that decision, maybe that changes for Missoula. I don't know. I don't know what he saw out there that warranted Walsh not coming back into the game. Let's see. Hauser, 4 minutes. I heard he tweaked that ankle when I was on the drive home. How'd that look? Actually, did it look pretty bad?
yeah, he was hobbling. I didn't see the contact. They showed the replay. It looked like he sort of kicked the defender's foot.
And then he
He
kind of like
didn't
tweaked
actually.
it.
Yeah, so but he hobbled off. He walked off to the locker room. So we'll see how the injury report comes out. But it looked pretty
Yeah,
bad. He was hobbling pretty good.
yeah. I had heard on the Grande call that they couldn't even call a timeout, so they had to foul. Who committed the foul to get Hauser off the court?
Ooh, that's good.
Was, was
That's
that
yeah, Walsh.
was it
That's
Walsh? I feel like I heard them say Walsh, but I can't remember because I think Grande was like confused and was like, "Well, you don't want him taking the foul or something." I don't know if I got it mixed up or I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, Sam Hauser, man, he hasn't really been that solid this year either.
mm,
You know, eh, I don't. I mean, personally, I think his time in Boston might be coming to an end. Um, maybe this year sometime, maybe at before the trade deadline, or something gets done at the trade deadline.
yeah,
But we need a big man. Simons, Hauser. I think I can see them as
chips.
some Celtics fans are going to kill me, but yeah, I see them as trade chips, and um, I love Sam Hauser. Thank you for the championship. I thank you for what you did, helping us, secure that 18th banner. But man, it has been kind of hard to watch Sam Hauser this year. And last year too, not the greatest of seasons. He was injured a lot for most of the season. Had a back injury that kind of hampered him. Feels like it's carried over to this season. He looked really good in preseason. Looked healthy. The beginning of the season looked like he had gotten his health back. Probably the healthiest he's been in the past couple years. But don't know what's going on right now with him. I know he had that sprained wrist earlier. Now we got the tweaked ankle. It feels like the injuries are starting to pile up for Sam in his career right now. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know and if the shots aren't falling either now lately, do you throw him in a trade package to get a big? Because Sam Hauser isn't one of those wings that's going to beat you off the dribble, gonna play make. His athleticism is you know, probably on the lower tier of this team
Hmm.
as far as his what would you call it, burst, explosiveness. There's really none of that to his game. He's just really the catch and shoot, dribble off the screen type of shooter. And I don't know. This team, he just kind of feels like it doesn't mesh with the team right now with what Joe Mazzulla wants to do. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know, man. I'm kind of like I kind of need some more athleticism for the wings and for the for the wing position for this team. When you see the explosiveness that Walsh and Minot gives you with their athleticism and stuff like that, I mean, it's night and day, compared to Sam Hauser. And
Yeah.
Sam Hauser takes 90% of his shots most are from the three. That's his shot diet, 90%. And if he's not making those, I feel like the team needs to find someone else that's going to play make, which I feel like they've been trying to look for in Simons, but his lack of size makes it hard when you go up against bigger defenders like Detroit. Those two
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you could look at the pecking order of it too, right? Sam started the year as a starter, and then he got passed by Minot, and he got passed again by Walsh, and even Hugo's probably getting a little bit more run than he is at this point. So Joe sees the limitations, and like you said, if he's not hitting the shots, then he's not really doing much for you. I mean, I love the player, but if he's not making them, you just can't play him at that point.
Right, right. And it just feels like they're only playing him right now to see if he's got anything right now. Maybe to see like what can we get from him for him this season. Uh, but like I said, the stock goes down with him. Has been going down with him this year. The injuries are piling up now. The shot making hasn't been as elite as it used to be, and maybe they hold on to him, right? Because when Tatum comes back into the lineup, maybe things open up back for him again.
Yeah,
Uh, but it's like you said, he has been passed up on that starting lineup. I mean, when's the last time that we saw Sam Hauser, starting a game? It's been weeks.
yeah.
I
Opening night, I don't even know. Yeah,
it's
you
been
got
a
past too quick.
it's been a while, man. That's even the past couple seasons when he would be inserted into the starting lineup as well. He struggled. He struggled. You could watch the games where he would start last season, and it's he's a totally different player than what the Celtics are trying to want to do. I mean, the Celtics say they want to be a faster team and play with pace and stuff like that, but still continue to rank one of the lowest in the league. Um, and the play style is just it's
It's
uh,
not a
uh,
fit.
uh, yeah, it's just different. It's just different from the past couple seasons what we've been accustomed to. And yeah, I feel like Sam Hauser is unfortunately not a fit anymore. Hurts to say. It does hurt to say because I'm a fan of every player that plays for this organization, um, especially when they've been, you know, in the trenches with us. Sam Hauser's been with the team for a while now. I believe he was, you know, discovered by Brad Stevens. I'm pretty sure he's been an internal piece. Not from another team. I don't think. I don't think Sam came from another team or anything like that.
No, rookie free agent.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So he's come through the organization, and has gotten to where he's gotten through his hard work, his shot making ability, and everything like that. But right now, man, it sucks, man. But he's not the same player he was, a couple seasons ago, and
Yeah.
we're at that point now where the Celtics have to start making decisions. Tatum's gonna probably come back this year, and the rebounding is still a mess. We only have one big that they're currently playing in Nemish Keita, who, for all intensive purposes, is really a backup center.
Yeah.
His leap has been great this year. He's been playing great this year. Nothing to really complain about too much from him this year. But the facts are the facts. He doesn't really score point. He's not really like an offensive threat. He helps with the defense, in the paint and everything. But a guy like he's not like a Zubac who's dropping 30 and just an absolute unit in the paint, and can get you buckets different ways. And yeah, I mean, does the team hold on to Sam Hauser and hope that with Tatum coming back, that it helps the lineup, it helps Sam Hauser fix his funk that he's in, or does the team move into a different direction and go and get more size for the paint, and then trade Hauser or Simons or both, and rely on that athleticism of the wings, relies on Tatum and Brown, their playmaking ability, and we need an anchor in that defense, as a center in the defense. And yeah, lots of questions, but I think Sam Hauser, he has to be one of those pieces you look at, going forward. Josh Minot, 13 points, 0 minutes. Anthony Simons, 25 minutes, 0 points. Sorry, 13 minutes, 0 points for Minot. Anthony Simons, 25, 9 points. Baylor Scheinman, 15 points, 15 minutes, 0 points. And Hugo Gonzalez, 16 minutes, 5 points. I mean, these guys didn't give us anything today.
Yeah.
Minot was terrible. 3 fouls. Hugo Gonzalez, 4 fouls. I mean, they just came into the game and fouled. Foul. That's all they did. And it's not gonna help us win games when you're just fouling like that. But Celtics, that's how they defend. They defend aggressively, but they also defend, not with the best.
They're not cute with it. They're pretty. They're aggressive. Those guys will pick you up past half court and try to body you up and slow up. Slow up the offensive guy. So they're out in the open. Anything they do is going to be saw by the officials. So there's no subtleness. There's no cuteness to their defense. They're pretty intense, which is good. That's how you want to play. But the younger players aren't going to get the calls.
Right. I think it's also the fundamentals is what I was looking for.
Okay.
They're lacking their fundamentals with the defense. I also thought though that the refs were a little bogus today for both sides. There was a play where Walsh was straight up the offensive player from Detroit initiated a lot of the contact, but Walsh was called for the foul. I thought that one was kind of bogus, but it was bogus for both teams. There was the Celtics were getting some pretty tic-tacky calls as well. So it went both ways today. Not the best officiating crew, but when your bench comes out and they shoot 1 for, let's see, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12. When they shoot 1 for 12 from 3-point, I mean that helps no one right there. And one of those shots from Josh Minot from the 3-point line, like I said, absolute worst shot I've ever seen from him in his entire Celtics career. I mean, I just the, the just complete brain fart meltdown you know thinking about the situation and everything like that. So yeah, I have nothing to say about the bench. We can stop talking about that box score because they did absolutely nothing. Really, really bad game from the bench today. And a lot of people believe in Simons and want to see him succeed with this team. I don't know, man. I don't see the fit. We've gotten enough of the sample size right now, and uh, I don't know, man. I just do not see Simons on meshing with this team. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks out of place. I mean, he looks out of sorts at times. Most of the time he's out on the court, it seems like his head's on a swivel. He just doesn't look comfortable. He looks like he's a player that knows he's out of his norm, out of his element. Yeah, at first I didn't think the Celtics would do something at the deadline. Now it's looking like Tatum's gonna come back. I think they push the envelope forward and try to make a move, whether it's packaging Simons and Hauser for a bake or just getting some size up front. I mean, Keita, like you said, he's the ideal backup center, but they need somebody who can eat up boards and you have a little bit of an offensive game to them. And Keita's not it right now, so they definitely could use a big.
If the Celtics are serious about going for it this year with Tatum coming back, they have to make a move at the deadline. I don't think Tatum coming back into just this offense with Keita being your big and Garza or X Man being the backups. I don't see that getting done. I don't see that getting us to the championship and beating whoever's going to be in that Western whoever the Western team is going to be. Most likely OKC, but we'll see what happens in the playoffs. You still have Denver out there, who's a threat. But yeah, like say we get to the finals, right? And you are playing an OKC, or you are playing a Denver Nuggets, and you look at our bigs, just our bigs. I mean, you want Kata defending the only big on the team that would have to defend Nikola Jokic. I mean, it's cooked chicken. It's barbecue chicken, man. And then you have Holmgren on the other side with OKC. I mean, he's no slouch. He's probably got almost a foot on Kata, even though Kata's a big dude, more athletic than him, can probably shoot over him. He has a 3 point shot making ability. He can stretch Kata out, boom, and then there's the inside of the paint, like your defense, the interior. I mean, it's gone. It's now spread out because Kata's out on the perimeter, and you're playing small.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's not that this roster right now does not win you a championship with just Kata as the big.
yeah. So Joe plays all these small lineups. That's probably because those are his best players. Everyone's 6'7" and smaller.
Hmm.
They're definitely Joe realizes they don't have the size. Maybe that's why he implements all these smaller lineups to try to tinker and, like you said, maybe play faster. But they definitely lack the size. I mean, they've been competitive on the boards of late. I mean, they're competing. All the guys are crashing, but you can't you can't win without size. And one guy, Keita, being a 7 footer is not enough. I mean, Garza's not even playing, so he's a big. That's not a good reflection on him at this point. So yeah, definitely need size up front. Too small.
Yeah, because in the past we're relying on Al Horford for a little while there, just by himself in the starting unit until we got Porzingis to take the load off of Al. But the thing about Porzingis and Al, they could stretch a defense. They were lethal shooters out there on the 3 point line. We don't have that with Kada. I think I've seen him take one 3 pointer this year so far. That's been it. I mean, it's not his game. I think he used to take them when he was down in the G League, and they he tinkered with that down there while he was with the main team. But um, since he's been up in the NBA, one shot. I think you might have heard it from the coaching staff afterwards after he took the shot. I said, "Hey, this used to be the Celtics' identity, right? With
Yes.
the big taking the shot, right?" And I had said, "Hey, if Kate is going to shoot it, let's try it."
Mm.
But he took one attempt in one game before. He didn't take any more the rest of the game, and I have not seen a 3-point shot attempt from him since. So
Yeah.
I think the coaching staff shut that down right away. But they don't want him taking that shot,
Yeah.
and it's kind of been brutal for the Celtics because they're used to the big stretching that floor for them and
Yeah.
getting and them being able to capitalize that drive into the paint, go up for the layup, and we just don't have that this year. So the Celtics are their spacing is not good this year. It's been bad, and they can't get into those fast breaks and be a fast moving team like they want to be, or they say they want to be this year, because our guys are so small. You can run up the court fast, but when you have a bigger defender in your way and you can't get to the hoop, you're gonna stop. You're gonna pull the ball back. You're gonna have to reset. It's happened so much with the Celtics team this year. I mean, so many drives where they run up the court, and then it's either Simons or Pritchard getting down low into the paint. They can't finish because now, since they've gotten all the way down there, they picked up their dribble. Now they're being towered over by defenders, and they got to reset, get the ball out, and draw up a play, figure something out. And that's the main reason why the Celtics can't break their pace as far as where they are in the league right now. Um, I really think that getting a big helps the team out tremendously. Helps Tatum. It definitely helps when Tatum comes back as well, for sure. But I think we need size, man. We have way too small of a team. We get size back when Tatum comes back, but you need that. You need a starting center, and the Clippers have to be in sell mode come trade deadline time. They have to be. I don't see with everything that's going on with the Clippers right now. I don't see them saying, "Yeah, we're gonna still go for this. We're still gonna take a shot." Maybe they do. Maybe Ballmer just says, "This is what I want to do," and that's what they go for. But Celtics and Brad Stevens, they need to capitalize, man. They need to be calling up some teams for centers and figuring out a trade package. Get rid of some picks, man. Get rid of some picks, because if you still want to stay, in contention with the core group of Tatum, Brown, D White, they need a big. They absolutely need a big that can score, that can get them open, set screens, all that stuff. Right
Yes.
now, with
No.
just Kata, that's not happening going into the postseason.
No. 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 It's Kata. I hate to say this, but even when they try to design a play where Kata comes to the top of the key and tries to rub a screen off or someone, it's kind of clumsy. It looks kind of sloppy. I don't want to say it, but it's the eye test. Nothing looks smooth in that
You're
sense.
right.
And Celtics fans, I know, but yeah, it doesn't look coordinated. And I mean, he's athletic, but he's not a finished a polished player as far as basketball wise. And they need somebody who can, like you said, stretch the floor, a Porzingis type. I would take Luke Cornett at this point. I don't know what he's doing at San Antonio, but that guy was all energy all the
He-
time.
He's doing his thing in San Antonio, man. Definitely miss him. You know, yeah, it sucks. We lost a lot of bigs, man. I mean, we had a really really good stockpile of them, and when Porzingis was there, when Porzingis was starting, right now you have Al coming off the bench, so you
Mhm.
could keep him fresh. And then when you needed to give both of those guys a little bit of extra rest, you put in Cornette, and he was solid. He wasn't he, he played like how a Celtics third string center should play,
Yeah.
and he was decent, right?
Yeah, he was good.
So he didn't have the 3-point shot either, right? So he didn't have that just like Kata, but um, you didn't need that from him when he was your third center coming off the bench,
True.
right? So yeah, I mean, but it's like what you are completely right about Kata, about how it does look sloppy, how a little at times does look a little uncoordinated. It always feels like his hips are moving before his body. When he's like cutting to the hoop, it almost feels like his head and his legs are following afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he sets the screen, and then when he goes to run, his hips are moving first, and then his head and his legs catch up,
Yeah.
and he gets to the hoop, and but his finishing isn't that great. He finishes like decent at times, but he's not getting the ball, raising up, and then just dominating like on people. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever he'll go up, he'll get stripped or I don't know. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like you said, yeah. It's not clean.
Yeah, it's not polished. I mean, he's
Mhm.
thinking when he gets the ball, he takes that second to think. It's not natural. Catch the ball and go up, and let your athleticism take over. It's you can see he's thinking. He's taking that half a second to say, "What am I going to do?" And
Right.
yeah, he's not polished. I mean, it's a good backup center type, but he's not polished.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Just looking on Twitter right now. Trying to see if I can find any post game. Oh well, we did have so yeah. I forgot that Peyton Pritchard was having neck spasms this game.
Mm,
Don't know how much that affected him
yeah.
today. So I mean, if that did affect him in today's game, probably should have sat out.
Mm,
So like neck spasms, that's kind of crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find anything as far as like any post game wrap up or interviews. Let's see. Mm, if anybody has like any good like Twitter accounts to follow as far as like
Post game.
post game stuff goes, I know
Uh,
like
no.
like yeah, I just don't want to use somebody from like another network. I just want to find like
Yeah.
somebody that just has like an interview. Uh,
Um.
locker room interview or something like that. Somebody that posts that kind of stuff.
Uh.
What?
mm,
Let me see. Let me look at Noah's.
Yeah.
She just has like the what stands out post that she does every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anything's come out right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got something right now. All right, let me see if I can pull this one up right here. Let me see. Can y'all see this? Can you see this Jalen Brown right here?
I can't.
Oh,
Uh.
hold up. Let me pull it up right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. So we got Jalen Brown right here with some post game comments. You still see it up on there?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna play it right now.
Yeah, very physical game. I thought we met the challenge, physical wise, physicality wise. Thought we rebounded, protected the paint, all those good things that we're good strides that we've made in the physicality. Just, you know, we got to be better. I got to be better. You know, I wasn't good enough for my team tonight, so that's on me.
Yeah, pretty much a standard for, what I figured Jalen Brown would probably say at the end of this game, how he had to be better. Um, yeah, when you look at the box score, the Celtics did rebound kind of comparable to the Pistons today, but they're, not all rebounds are created equal. So a lot of the rebounds that the Pistons were getting contributed to points for them, for the second chance opportunity that they were getting. So yeah, I mean, Jalen's right. Yeah, it was physical. They played hard. I'm not saying that the team didn't give up or anything. They didn't put their heads down or nothing. They fought. They battled. But yeah, Jalen, 100%. Yeah, you're right, dude. He takes accountability. He has to play better, and he's right. He missed 7 free throws. It could have been a tie game going into overtime if he just makes his free throws.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty unfortunate right there for JB. But like I said, this guy's a pro. He knows what he has to do. So let's see. So now they got a response from. So I got Justin Turpin. He has an interview. He talking to D White about I guess Jalen Brown being hard on himself right
Mhm.
there. I didn't really see Jalen being a little too hard on himself. I think he took it in stride, to be honest. So yeah, let's see what DY had to say about this performance right here.
And I think that's kind of what makes it special. I'm 30 something, and still wants to do better for us. And so that's what makes him special. He's probably his toughest critic, and we know that he's going to bounce back and continue to do special things for us. And so obviously this loss isn't on him, it's on all of us, and we got his back. But I think that's just kind of the guy he is, and that's why we love playing.
Yeah, right there too. Just nice little PR response. Um, yeah, DY. He said he is 30 or whatever. But it was a team loss. I mean, the team didn't do anything to help those guys, those two main guys that made up the bulk of your points today. Uh, yeah, so you can't. I'm not putting this loss on JB. Not putting this loss on Derek White. Yes, they made um, bad decisions at the end, really bad turnovers, um, missed free throws, but everybody else is on that team too. That can. There's people on that team that could contribute, and they didn't. The minutes that you got off the bench contributed to nothing. Um,
Yeah.
so
Ugh. Surprising because all the time off, you would have thought there would have been a little more urgency, a little better effort from the team from 1 to 11. Um, yeah,
I, I
no Pritchard. He had a snicker today.
mhm.
No bench support. Um, questionable decisioning by Joe. Closing minutes. Yeah, it wasn't a good effort from coaches to players.
I would say that there was effort. I just don't think it was 1 through 11, like you said. I think 1 through 5, yes, for sure. Definitely saw the effort there. But the rest of the guys, yeah, it was just tough watch from the bench guys. So let me see what else we got. What else we got from Derek White? Oh yeah, yeah. That Hugo play where he got the ball stripped from him, man. Um, well, first he gets beat off the dribble, into for the layup, and then the absolute brutal turnover from him,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, he was visibly frustrated. Had his hands on his head, like after that, after he like dove for the ball to like try to stop the
Mhm.
defender. I don't know what he was doing, uh,
Yeah.
flopping on the floor. But then, man, did you see the possession after that when, the Celtics were bringing the ball back up the court? The guy was walking up the court, man. I mean, I know he's 19. I know
Yeah.
he's figuring it out in this league and stuff like that. That was
Yeah.
the one time I've seen him like crack. I mean, that was probably the most unprofessional I've seen Hugo Gonzalez be. Um, get back, bro. Like, yeah, you made a bad play, but
Yeah.
how are you going to fix it? What are you going to do right now to try to make up for it? Man, the having his head down, walking up the court, not really trying to do anything to, run a play or,
Yeah.
set a screen or try to get open for the ball. He just was walking. And I believe that Detroit makes a shot. Joe calls a timeout. Hugo's heading to the bench, and Keita had to basically like try to, you know, get him back up, build his spirits back up. But that was tough for the kid because stuff
Yeah.
like that gets you no minutes next game.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
It does not help him. A lot of like this is gonna probably be if he doesn't play next game. I wouldn't blame Joe Mazzulla. I would not blame Joe for seeing what happened and being like, okay, that's how you want to like that's how you're gonna be. You know,
Mm.
go sit on the bench next game. We're gonna get somebody in there that's gonna still compete even after making. Everybody makes bad plays. Like he can't expect to be perfect, especially being 19 years old. It the immaturity probably came out in him a little bit. Everybody says, "Oh, he's been playing with Madrid since he was 9 years old." As a kid, being a professional, he's still 19 years old, right?
Yeah.
He's not like he's lived a lot of life. He doesn't have this wisdom. He doesn't have experience in the NBA. He's gonna act like a 19-year-old sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're fortunate to like have we were fortunate to be gifted a 19-year-old, superstar player, championship caliber type player in Jason Tatum at 19 years old. He also had a son at 19 years old. Tatum had to grow up a little bit faster than Hugo Gonzalez did.
Yeah.
So Tatum having to be a father at a young age and stuff, and he's had to become a professional faster. But also Tatum went to Duke as well, right? Duke is like known for having kind of like players that are just very vanilla. But like it's kind of, and it's also kind of like Tatum's personality as well, right? So we can't be fooled by another 19-year-old coming in and expecting them to act exactly the same way that Tatum has acted throughout his professional career, starting at the age of 19. Um,
Yeah.
Hugo Gonzalez is not going to go toe to toe with LeBron James in a Game 7 this year, and dunking on him to potentially go to the finals this year. That's not happening for Hugo Gonzalez. He's not having that kind of career story arc that Jason Tatum had, and with his lack of minutes, he's going to get frustrated when he's playing bad. That's just how it is. He's a 19-year-old. We can't expect this guy to be, on his P's and Q's at all times. He's going to get frustrated, and that happens. We've seen Minot as well have his moments this year.
Yeah.
Got a little bit more from Derek White here. What'd I do? Here we go. Let's see what DY had to say.
I think that's kind of what makes it special. 30 something.
Oh, this is the same video. Same video. Why'd I do that? I thought I had another one up. It looks like Justin Turpin played the same video twice, or posted the same video twice. Okay, let me see. Why'd he post the same video twice? Unless I'm tripping.
30 something. Fit and we know that he's gonna bounce back, and that's why we.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, let's see. Okay, look, Jalen commented on mentality for his team. This one I'm interested in hearing because we had talked about the opposing players the last couple games trying to get into his head and take him off his game. Let's see what he had to say here.
Some, especially in the fourth quarter, guys, just some mindset plays, a foul, staying down on the shot fade, had a turnover in the fourth, and then just too many missed free throws. Just mentality-wise, mindset-wise, I needed to be more for my team, and I wasn't tonight. Just some.
Yeah, I really think that the players jawing at him is kind of affecting him. He said it here. He wasn't in the right mindset, mind frame. Could be an issue, man. Because he is starting to talk a little bit more, like we said, in his streams and stuff like that. After on a stream, he has been saying he's more locked in than he's ever been in his entire career. And to hear him say this now, post game, yeah, kind of proving my suspicions a little bit. Because it's hard being the number one on a team.
Yeah,
It's hard being that guy that you are relied on to carry your team and to carry them consistently, to win consistently. And when you have to manage that job as being the number one, you now are having the target on your back. The Celtics have always had the target on their back since they've won the championship.
Mhm.
But the target is amplified on Jaylen Brown's back now. He is the one with the highest usage on the team, one of the top usages in the NBA. And he is now talking like he's a number one. So now other players are talking back to him like they think that they're the number one, and he's not. So when that happens, when you're off the court saying these things, getting your pushing your narratives out there, saying what you got to say, now players are going to start to say what they want to say back. And is Jalen ready for that? Is he ready for that smoke the rest of the year? Because now 2 games in a row, it's affected him. Now other teams can probably say, hey, we just got to talk some smack to this guy, get in his face. He's not going to respond. Or let's see how he responds. So Jalen has kind of put the target on himself right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, he's putting it out there. He's got to actually back up what he's saying. Otherwise, like you said, they're going to challenge him and try to get him off his game. Sample sizes are growing, and he's just got to just corral his energy and just play tough but play smart, and just play within yourself and play aggressive, and he'll be fine. But easier said than done when you're in the heat of competition now.
Right. And Jalen, this is not taking anything away from what Jalen has done this season, right? Jalen has been phenomenal this season. He's averaging almost 30 this year. But now that he knows that he's averaging that, now that he knows he's up there, the bravado has kind of come out a little bit, right? The confidence, the arrogance, a little bit. I don't think Jaylen Brown is an arrogant player. I've never seen him like that. But when you're playing as the number one and you're feeling like the number one, you're feeling like I'm the man, right? I'm the man of this team right here, right now. And egos get in the way. Egos come out on the court. You want to be that guy. You want to, like, another guy's talking smack to you. I'm gonna talk smack back. Jalen's definitely feeling it a little bit this year now with other players coming at him, and this has kind of been like the blessing in disguise with Jason Tatum as being the number one on the team. Because how many times have we heard from Celtics fans? Tatum needs to be more aggressive. He needs to talk more crap. He needs to be more arrogant and more braggadocious with his game. But when you do that, the players come back at you like that, right? So we've kind of been very fortunate having Tatum being the quieter guy, the more reserved guy. When people talk smack about him in the media, he doesn't ever really respond, you know, in the media. He responds with his game on the court. He responds on the court, within the lines, within the box, right? Within the four rectangular squares, lines that make up the rectangle of the court. That's where Tatum does his talking. So it's a different approach this year because Tatum doesn't have a stream. He doesn't get up on streams talking after a game, after a win or anything like that. So, you know, but if this is what JB needs to do to, inspire himself, fine, do what you got to do, my man. But it does have to be backed up. It does have to be backed up now on the court. When a player comes at you and they're trying to get in your head, how do you respond to that? Because now the two times that it's been very apparent that the teams know that you're talking and that if you win this game, you're going to go on stream and talk your smack. They know that you're doing that now. So Jalen has to find that line. I mean, like Jalen hasn't streamed much this season, but the past couple weeks, there's been an uptick, and the noise has gotten a little bit louder regarding that stream and surrounding what he's been saying post games. And yeah, here we go. This is a quarter way through the season, three quarters of the way to go, bro. You got to back it up the whole season, not just the first 20 games. So I think Jalen can do it. I think he can do it. It's just, are these streams gonna be a distraction, or are you locked in like you were saying on your stream? So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely see what happens. Like you said, I think he'll be fine. He's definitely capable of doing it for the whole season. But it comes time to, like execution. If you want to be the number one guy, you can't miss free throws. If you want to be the number one guy, you can't dribble off your foot in the fourth quarter. I mean, little things like that. He's just got to tighten up his game and play within himself. He's a great athlete. I think he's sped up in his head too much at times, and that's where he runs into trouble with the dribbling. He's just so eager and so anxious to make that move. He's just like out of control, sort of sense. But yeah, yeah. I mean, he'll be fine for the rest of the year. I'm sure his numbers will be the same. It's just he's just got to continue to lead these guys and bring them into the playoffs when Tatum gets there and see what happens.
Right, exactly. Let me see. I don't really have nothing from Joe Mazzulla yet. Yeah, nothing from him.
Washburn's usually a guy that likes to pester Missoula.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Let me see if I can find anything from Washburn right now. Let's see. I don't even know why I searched up his first name. Let me just look up Washburn. And there we go. Yeah, I'm not even following him. Let me give him a follow. Yeah, nothing from Missoula yet from him either. Probably like a couple minutes out from that at least.
Yeah.
Can't see that.
Yeah, the game ended a while ago, so
Yeah, I can't see that taking too much longer. But yeah, shout out Justin Turpin, man. Thanks using your press Twitter right here. Yeah, I like Turpin. He's a decent decent beat, right? Decent beat reporter.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. The only thing that I feel like they really could have pressed Missoula on, in this game was, Jordan Walsh sitting at the end of that game, and then, Jalen. I really feel like he should have been in earlier in that fourth quarter, at least the 8-minute mark, with going on 3 days of rest right here.
Yeah.
They're trying to come back, and you really needed him on the court. But maybe they didn't, right? Because he missed 7 free throws. So when he was on the court and he had the opportunity to help bring the Celtics back, he didn't. He didn't. So, yeah, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, Scout made a good point. It was those Cunningham minutes. When Cunningham went to the bench, he needed to win that time that he was on the bench, and we didn't do that.
No,
And
they
they
went on
still
a
held them
7-0
to a
run.
lead. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, they went on a 7-0 run with him on the bench. With him in foul trouble. That's the time where you make your comeback right there. And yeah, the Celtics fell flat. That was unfortunate. But like I said earlier in the stream, credit to Detroit defense. They really locked it down. They really locked the Celtics down in those closing minutes. I was watching it, I'm like, God, man, the Celtics are getting nowhere. Trying to set all these screens, and every time they would try to, set a screen, and the defender was getting around it. I mean, it was absolutely no effort from them to get around those screens. And Simons, man, he's so small, bro. He's so small.
Yeah.
Setting a screen for Derek White at the end right there. I mean, it was pointless. Just get out the way at that point. He sets the screen. The defender gets around the screen easily, picks the ball from D White, and they ran away from it. They ran away. That was it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Those matchups are brutal. You put Simons out there, if it's like almost like the Sam Hauser effect. If he's not hitting shots, what is he really doing for you? I mean, teams are seeking him out. They're running guys to, rub screens off, to force matchups, to make Simons cover someone. And if he's not hitting shots, I mean, he's a liability. There was one play I remember when he was beaten off the dribble, and 2 other Celtics had to collapse and try to help him. And yeah, you can't have 3 guys chasing one guy going to the baskets. Could leave a bunch of guys wide open for shots. So
yeah,
so not good.
Nah, definitely not. Let me see. I'm just scrolling down my feed right now, seeing if I see anything. Nope, still the Jalen interview. Man, yeah. I don't really have anything else to say much more about this game. Not gonna really say here anything. I don't think noteworthy from Missoula today.
Yeah, it'll come up at some point. I'm surprised nothing's come up because the game ended
I know.
about over an hour ago. So
yeah, it's been a while. Oh well. Dude, that freaking Pats game yesterday, bro. Oh my gosh.
They gave it up, man. They were playing so good in the first half, even going into halftime. Just couldn't do anything in the second half. Brutal.
It was so hard to watch, man. Ugh.
Brutal.
So, 2 days right now, brutal losses from some Boston sports teams. Patriots are 11-3 though, so you can't really be too mad about it. They're still, in contention for the division title. So it is what it is. We'll go.
Yeah, they want to win the division. They don't want to play Houston in the first round.
No,
So,
no, we do
so
not.
somehow they got to win this division. And actually, I don't even know if it's division. If they're the number 1 seed, I think I don't know how it goes, but right now they're scheduled to play Houston. You don't want that matchup right now.
Nah, definitely not.
As
far as them getting the 1 seed right now, man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Yeah. But hey, we'll be in the playoffs, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, so, it is what it is. Celtics are just gonna still continue to play, around 500 ball this season until Tatum comes back. Patriots are a playoff team. Red Sox, I don't know what the heck they're doing.
Yeah, they picked up some guy today. I don't even know who.
Yeah,
Finally.
and I'm not a big Bruins guy. Nah, not I haven't really watched hockey in years. I love hockey. I think it's a great sport. I go and catch like some of the minor league team here in San Diego. The San Diego Gulls. Been to a couple Gulls games. They're the minor league affiliate for the Anaheim Ducks. So
Okay.
it's cool to check out a couple games here and there from them. But yeah, I haven't been paying attention to the Bruins. Like I said, I'm not a big NHL guy. Used to watch NHL, but not too much anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So this is the state of Boston sports right now. If if you tuned in with us this long, thank you. Thank you for watching us. And hearing what a couple of Boston sports fans have to talk about. We're not associated with the press or anything like that, but we do what we can here with the network that we have, which, by the way, Boston Sports Entertainment Network. You can follow us at BSEN_617. The at is right down there at the bottom. Y'all see it. You can follow Dynasty Proud 18 as well. Boston Sports Entertainment Network, bro. We're just a group of guys that have gotten together to talk sports. They just had Jared Saltalamacchia interview. Before that, they had Peyton Tolley that they interviewed over on the Pesky Podcast. Lock in with us, guys. I mean, for just a bunch of fans doing this and building our connections and doing it the right way. We're not trolls. We're not out here trying to media engage or anything like that, or engagement farm is what they call it. Just a couple of dudes here to talk ball, talk Boston sports, and connect with us. Hit us up, give us a follow, give us a like. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're on X, give the account a follow. And then whenever we're live, you can live stream with us, live chat with us. We can see your comments and stuff like that. We can respond. If you have a question or anything like that, if you got any insight on what you saw and you want to talk about it, let's have some discourse. Let's have a little conversation. We're not afraid to engage with you guys. Don't be afraid to engage with us. You can follow my boy here, Adrian. He's at NBA Swing Pass on X. I'm at Parquet Poppy. So give us some follows or whatever. If you don't, whatever, it's all good too. Thanks for tuning in today. Your Boston Celtics are now 15-11 on the season, 8-5 at home. Unfortunately, we lost to the Detroit Pistons today, 112-105. Let me look at the schedule real quick. We are back here. Let's see, next game versus the Miami Heat, December 19th. I will be doing post-game coverage for that. I'll be available. So if you want to tune in after the post-game, for the post-game little talk that we do here over on the Dynasty Proud Podcast, come join us for that post-game for the Miami Heat. Love every time we beat the Miami Heat, man. Tune in for that one. It's going to be a good one. I definitely see these teams battling it out for sure. So it's going to be a fun game, regardless of the win or loss. But yeah, we will see you guys then. Thank you for tuning in. Adrian, thanks for coming out here, talking some hoops with me. And once again, everyone, go Celtics. Peace out.
Peace out. Later.
Ends tonight here. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.